Okay, raindrops. Yes, look. I ask, believe, and receive. Come on, Kim Zolciak. So look, I tweeted that after watching Love After Lockup, which is my newest obsession, I said, raindrops, I must talk to Monique and Derek. Listen, I love the cast. I'm biased. I love Monique and Derek the most. I'm invested. I'm into it. Y'all were storming Monique's Instagram page. Monique DMs me and says, I saw the tweets. And then ever since then, we've been trying to make this work. I'm happy to report that Carlos King is talking to the stars, not only of Love After Lockup, but also Life After Lockup. I'm talking about the breakout stars, Monique and Derek. How y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. You look as beautiful as ever, Monique.
Thank you.
Derek, you look all right too.
That's cool. I'll take that.
No, Derek, look. I told people, I said, look, Derek's very handsome. He's easy on the eyes. And Derek, I think you know that, don't you?
I appreciate everything. Thank everybody for the compliments, but it's all only compliment matter is hers.
So Derek, you said to me before we started that y'all heard my recap last week, right? And Derek, I said you were 5'1". So let's make sure that before we get started, you can answer that. So Derek, how tall are you?
5'6.5", right?
Yeah.
But how tall am I in the bedroom?
Yeah.
That's what count, right? That's all that matters.
That's what matters the most.
So what matters to you, Monique? Is it the length or the width?
I would say the width. The width.
I'm telling too much.
Yeah.
This is about to be so messy. So where are you two right now?
We are in New York.
Oh. All right, okay. Want everybody to know?
We're in New York right now.
Okay. Why you don't want her to know? Tell people, Derek.
No, I was just making sure. No, because
we'll text you afterwards.
We're traveling. Yeah. We're doing travel. I gotta get the travel pass.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's like parole and things like that. So we don't want to cause too much trouble when I'm out and about. So we can continue to get travel passes, continue to travel together.
So because you're on parole, you need to get a travel pass in order to leave the state of Ohio?
It's every time.
Yeah.
Every time. I got to put a request in. Because I'm on state and federal parole.
So explain to me the difference with that, because I am so into this show that I am now taking a course on all things that has to relate to prison. And listen, Kim Kardashian's a lawyer. Carlos King's going to be a lawyer. So explain to me, just say it. So explain to me in the audience why the whole like state and federal thing.
So with the federal government having the federal case, I can't travel outside of what my district is Northern District, Ohio. In order to travel like to the Southern District, because Ohio is broken into 2 different parts. So I'm from Cleveland. In order to go to Columbus, I had to put a request in and ask for permission to travel to Columbus. And that's like, 2.5, 3 hours away. Now, the state is more so you can travel within Ohio, but if you want to travel outside Ohio, you got to get a travel pass. Put a request in to get a travel pass. So since I'm on both, I got to request for both, get permission. And then once I get permission, I'm granted permission to travel to like New York where we at now.
Gotcha. How does it feel to be celebrities? Is that something that the two of you are getting used to?
It's definitely taking some time to get used to because I'm a pretty quiet, reserved person. So
I don't know if I'm gonna call you quiet and reserved, money bag Monique.
No, I really am though. So it's like when people approach me on the streets, it kind of like I have social anxiety. It's like, why do you know me? You know?
They show her a lot of love, especially in my city.
Yeah.
They think your sisters are related, right?
Hmm.
Everybody think y'all related.
Cool.
People.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody call me cousin, sister. But yeah, it's all love.
No, even with me, like, look, I have been producing reality TV for over 15 years, and I worked in some really big shows, and I feel like you two are family because you two are so authentic when it comes to living your life on the show. And as y'all saw my recap, I am so into what you guys are displaying, and I have so many questions. So first of all, Monique, like I said on my recap, you are a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
What made you, Monique, go on Facebook and hit the tab of a pen pal penitentiary program to find love? Why were you trying to find love, Monique, being a pen pal child?
I actually was not searching for a pen pal. I actually was just up late and night on Facebook, just scrolling. You know how like you just be nosy, just scrolling on everybody's page or like the news feed. So I had came across like this little pen pal thing or whatever. So I clicked on it, and the first thing I saw was Derek's picture, and I was more so attracted to what he wrote and what he said rather than his pictures. And it said he was getting out in like 3 months because he was still serving his Fed time. So it took me like actually a couple days to like reach out to him. So I was curious. So I was like, oh, I'll hit him up. He get out in a couple days, well, a couple months. So I text him and he responded, and then we
Wait, back up. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So, Derek, you are allowed to have a phone in prison because she just said she texted you.
No, you're not allowed to have a phone, but we have our ways to text.
And what way is that?
You got different services that allows you to forward text. Like it's a service, a third party service that you might be able to like get to forward pictures from like you text a picture and they mail the pictures to you, and then you will have another service where you can forward a text and they give you a number.
He didn't have a cell phone in prison. It was just how the prison system worked. They had a number where you can text.
Yeah,
so he didn't have a cell phone. Yeah.
Okay. So what was it that he wrote, Monique? Because listen, Derek is a handsome guy, and we all can see that. So we all understand that upon hitting the tabs of looking for a pen pal, you saw Derek's face. Obviously, you were attracted. But what were some of the things that he wrote that made you say, let me give this guy an opportunity to get to know me and each other better?
Basically, he just seemed like a really smart, intelligent person. He basically was looking for a friend. He didn't seem like the typical like jail dude. Like he was basically like looking for a friend. Like, and I was just intrigued by it. And like, plus he was getting out in a couple months. So I was like, we could just see where it go, you know.
I ain't had to say much. It ain't take much. It ain't take much, but I guess I said all the right things, right?
He basically, yeah, he said all the right things, and I felt like, you know, we would have had a good connection. So I didn't go into it like this gonna be my man or whatever. I'm just like, oh, he seemed like a pretty cool person.
Because she was still playing the field.
Yeah, I was still dating other men, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't getting that emotional connection with.
And she'd get from me. And I gave her. I gave her everything they wasn't giving her. I was giving it to her. From jail, from prison.
So yeah, so it was like when I first reached out to him, it was like we was bonded and connected.
We was getting to know each other. We was getting to know each other as a friend first. So it was more so, it was like the word she used that I love so much, I never heard of her say was, she said, no pressure. So it was like, that's how I'm open-minded. So when she was saying no pressure, so it wasn't like I'm forcing a relationship or friendship or anything. It was just like organically it formed by us just talking to each other, getting to know each other, what she like, what I like, and it was just coming all together like that. Nope, not everybody see the beginning stages though, or nothing. When we was just talking as prior to friends, we was just laying the foundation to what you see today.
Was Monique the first woman to hit you up as a pen pal that was not in prison?
Not at all. It's plenty other women too. And I told her that. That's the good thing about it. I was honest about that. And she knew that. I'm like, you ain't the only one. And then you probably gonna ask, when do we make it official? And that's when I stopped that, because I was getting a lot of motion. I had motion. And I told her that, yeah, I had motion. Not just BBWs either. Not just, I had the other flavors too, shapes and sizes. I had all the other colors.
All right, Derek.
No, I'm not take up for you though, because they on you hard, baby. They on you real hard. They on my girl real hard, ain't they though? They on my girl real hard, ain't they?
Sit down so you can be in the screen.
Well,
they on her real hard.
Well, look,
because
go ahead, Derek. Go ahead.
Because it was the others, quote unquote, my preference. They was hitting me up too. So I'm just saying, I got to put out there. I got to, let my baby know it wasn't just everybody think it was just her that reached out. No, it wasn't just her.
Derek, we know it wasn't just me.
We know, but they don't know.
They definitely know.
Well, now they know. Now y'all know.
Did you know, Carlos?
Well,
right.
Well, look,
you don't have to state the obvious.
But I tell you, I love you somebody back, Monique. So one of the things that we want to know, Derek, is the fact that your sisters, and we have a lot of questions about your sisters that we'll get into later, but your sisters made comments that Monique was not the stereotypical type of woman that you were accustomed to. And they question your attraction to her. So when you talk about these other women who signed on the Pen Pal Penitentiary program on Facebook, what were some of the type of women that you were dating? What they look like?
No, prior to me being incarcerated, or the ones that was reaching out to me. That's like,
well, the one your sister said they're used to you being with, so before you were incarcerated.
My sister speaking on like the preference I was I was with prior to me being incarcerated. That more looked like 5'5" to like probably 5'8", taller women, light skin, long hair, light eyes, with the body, like slender, more slender, slim thick. That's what they call them, slim thick now, slim thick. That was prior to incarceration. Now the ones that was reaching out to me was different shapes and sizes, different nationalities, because they seen different things in me. Just like Monique, it wasn't really so much my look Monique went, that attracted her. It was what I said. Versus another female, she might have been attracted by my looks, and it probably been like, I would say, my preference. At the time, we kind of, you have sexual attraction, physical attraction, then you have emotional attraction too, and spiritual attractions too. So it'd be different when it came to the pen pal thing. So my baby did the right thing.
Are you sexually attracted to Monique?
Yes, I am. We have some good sex every night. For sure. How much you need it, baby? Tell her how much you need it. And I give it to her too. Every time she need it. Yeah. For sure. I'm saying that's what the people want to know. Like, don't be shy. Because she's really reserved. I bring, out of her personality. And it's good. Like, she balanced me and I balance her. Because sometimes she can be reserved. And then I can have her, like the post that we just made today on Instagram. We was, having fun. That's not really what her other relationships or guys have brought on her, like her best. Like, I make her smile and happy, and people don't understand that. And you will see our post I just made, and it's like Monique laughing, she having a good time. She bent over, like little twerking. You feel me? That's Monique. Now she's not really like that, but I can bring that out of her because I can bring her sexiness out of her. It's just, it will work for us. That's what worked for us. We complement each other.
No, I think you two complement each other. And Monique, one of the questions I had was questioning whether or not you had any insecurities, right? Because one of the things that I wanted to figure out, and I'm happy you're here to defend yourself in terms of, a lot of people feel like, Monique, there are some insecurities going on with you, which is why you decided to meet the man that you love, who was in prison. What do you say for people like, and listen, I'm gonna own up to it too, and that's why I'm happy you guys are doing the show. A lot of people do feel, Monique, you suffer from insecurities. What do you have to say for people who believe that, because you are a beautiful woman, and I believe that you can obviously get any man you want to, that you set your heart out to. Why do you feel the need to be with a man at the time that was in prison versus men that you were able to physically see?
Well, I never understood the whole insecurity concept that people were saying about me on the show, because before I met Derek and when I met Derek, I was dating people, I was dating other men, I was going out having fun, living my life. I didn't feel the need to go online and search for a man in prison, because that never was my intention. I just so happened came across him, or whatever the case may be. Derek will tell you, when me and him first met, I didn't take him serious until maybe like the first year. And like, he knew I was still dealing with my ex at the time. I was still dating, going out, having fun. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I was hard up for a man. Like, that wasn't the case, mate. That wasn't the case. The only thing that I wouldn't even say that I was insecure about. I knew Derek haven't dated any BBWs or bigger women other than me. So it was more so like, I wouldn't even say I was, you know, whatever, like, he had a type, like, he had, you know, but he reassured me all the time, like, he loves me, he doesn't really care about my size, you know. So I wasn't insecure about that at all.
I'm gonna touch on a little bit too. She's beautiful. I tell her that all the time. Any woman wants confirmation, affirmation. I give it to her. And a lot of times, I didn't even know I had a type until my brothers and sisters, we went down the list of my priors, and it dawned on me I did have a type, but they knew then that was the type back then.
When he was 19,
20.
18, 19 years old.
Now they didn't. It's gone almost a decade, so I grew up as a man, and now I have different criteria, and Monique meets that criteria. You know, we can talk about that too.
No, and we will. Derek, what's your sign?
I'm a Libra. October 22nd. but you know,
listen, I knew you were a Libra, because guess what, Derek?
What?
I'm a Libra too.
Oh, yeah.
And what's your sign, Monique?
I'm a Leo.
Okay, Leo and Libras are compatible. But Derek, I had to ask. You give me Libra vibes, because I'm gonna tell you why. Speaking as a Libra man, I'm October 2nd.
Okay.
You are very charming. Very charming. A lot of people do believe Libra men are liars. I'm not a liar.
A lying Libra. That's what they call them.
I ain't get the memo. I thought we was brutally honest.
I like to think we are too, but the reason why I had to ask, because you are so charming, and I think that's why a lot of people. Yes, Monique, you better get okay. No, Derek, a lot of people, including myself, we question whether or not you really want to be with Monique, because the reason why I call Monique Moneybag Monique is because Monique appears that she pays for everything. And one of the things that I wanted to address is, are you attracted to Monique physically, or are you attracted to Monique's wallet, her bank account, her savings, her money market, and her CDs?
I got to know Monique character, the person she was before all that came into play, when I was locked up, and when she was sending me all the pictures I needed to see, everything. So that the emotional connection was first, the physical connection came after, and then everything else that came with Monique came after that. That makes sense?
Why is Monique spending all her money on the relationship? And it appears that you don't meet her halfway.
I do. That's why we still together, because I do.
Does he, Monique?
Of course he does.
Then why did you go to the grocery store to buy Monique's plastic flowers then, Derek?
Wait, the computer let out. What you say?
The plastic flowers. I really didn't think Monique was going to come after all the things that we've been through, come back. So it's like spirit of moment. I got her something. The thought that count. I can't get that. The thought that count. And I got her some other things too. I made sure she was happy and put a smile on her face too.
Where did you get your money from, Derek?
I saved it. Did you watch the episode when I came home with some money that I went to the bank with? And then I had some investment I had before I got locked up too. I had some support. I had my family who support me, not my sisters, I had some grandparents, things like that helped me invest my money, and some lawyers too.
Like Derek came home with money.
Exactly.
But the way
it kind of played like a little snippet when I was in the bank and I deposited. That was my money.
Mm-hmm.
It was a snippet. Gave him a little something. But it is what it is. One thing about me, I save my money, and I spend my money on me and her. That's it. So that's why we both happy as a partnership, and that's us.
Monique, where did you get your money from?
I work. I save.
According to the show, it says you are a receptionist at an animal hospital. Is that still the case?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When we see the show, Monique, we see moments of you tapping Derek's phone. You go through his phone. When he was out to dinner once, you FaceTimed him and you wanted to see the circumference of the room. And that's also the other reasons why a lot of people think you are insecure, because those appear to be behavior of an insecure woman. So explain to us why you feel the need to monitor Derek in the ways that you do.
Well, prior to Derek getting out, we had the issue before where he wasn't honest about a woman he was dealing with. So
a woman he was dealing with while he was in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when I got the phone, I was just like, okay, this should be able, to help me keep tabs on who he's calling, who he's texting, And I mean, the only thing I did on the phone was like share his location with me. Like couples do that all the time.
But you forgot about this though, and it's come from a good place too. She want to make sure I'm not in trouble though, so I like that too. It's like a motherly instinct one has, and she's very protective of me, and I understand that why she did that. She want to know where I'm at, what I'm doing, so I can stay out of prison, stay out of trouble. So it's kind of twofold.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I was in Ohio. Well, I was in Cleveland. He was just getting out. Like he really didn't know like his way around or whatever. So like if he get lost, I'll be able to find him.
Monique, are you trying to gaslight me? Listen, Monique, let's keep it all the way real, okay? Because I am a fan of Derek and Monique, and I do want to see y'all together as long as it's healthy and y'all happy. So look, I have shared my own personal experience when I was in a relationship, and I went through my guy's phone. So we all do it, right? Now look, I call bullshit on, I want to make sure he was safe, and like Monique, it's you and I, it's you and I. So let's call it what it is, right? Obviously, Derek has a history of being flirtatious.
I'm sorry.
Cheating on you and lying to you, right? And for me, as somebody that has common sense, it appears that those are contributing to you wanting to keep tabs on him, because you're not the first woman to do it. And I don't think you should be embarrassed about anything. You're not the first and you won't be the last. I even admitted, Monique, as secure as I am in other areas, I also used to do those things. So there's nothing wrong with it. But my question for you is, when you are doing that, were you hoping that you would not catch him cheating, and that was the intention of making sure you also kept tabs on him?
Honestly, I did want to keep tabs on him, and also because I was looking to uproot my life to move to Cleveland. So I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like wasting my time. I wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the only woman that he's dealing with, and that was it.
She wanted me all to herself,
Pretty much.
which I want her all to myself. So I don't blame her.
Well, at one point, you did not want her all to yourself. You wanted 10 other women to be with you. Because what we saw on the show, Derek, is you cheated on Monique with several women.
Yeah, it was bad.
What made
It was
you
bad.
what made you leave prison? You're on parole, you're trying to do right. This woman stayed committed to you. She put her own life on hold to make sure that you had something to come home to, right? This woman
Right.
made sure financially, at least in the beginning, that you had all of your needs met, right? So for you to disrespect her in that magnitude, what was going through your mind? Was it the fact that, and let's be honest here, obviously in prison, you're not having conjugal visits. Unless you were, Derek, were you?
No,
Okay.
we don't.
Okay,
I ain't getting into that.
Okay. So obviously, listen, in prison, you're a man. You're a very attractive man. You are a young man. You're a man full of stamina. So obviously, being in an institution to where you are with a bunch of men and there's no women there to be sexual with. Then to leave prison, go on parole, obviously you feel free. There's freedom and there's options, right? So when you were cheating on Monique, was it because you just wanted to experience something that has not been your experience in the past couple of years you were locked up?
No, it was more so we was having like ups and downs, and I was using that as an excuse, to step out, which was wrong. She told me that was wrong. Even if we had like an argument, disagreement, I shouldn't use that as an excuse and be like, I can go entertain something else. Because I was like basically giving that the fuel to like, because we have an argument, we have a falling out, and we just basically was mad at each other. I use that like, oh, I can go play. And she tell me, no, that ain't how you do it. That ain't how you go about doing that. We can handle this before it gets to that point where it could be over. And I really didn't understand that part. That's why we still growing. I'm still growing in that aspect because before I don't have any baby mothers. I never really been in a serious adult relationship where commitment means even if we have like a bad moment, we still got to be faithful. I didn't know that. I'm just honest enough to say I didn't know that part.
How many women have you slept with on Monique?
It's been more than one.
Is it more than 5?
It's been somewhere around there.
Is it more than 10?
No, still bad though.
And Monique, how did you find out he was cheating on you with more than 5 women?
Um, well, the whole 10 women thing last night was the first time me hearing that. So I always knew he cheated. I just didn't know how many.
When you found that out, how did that make you feel?
I was hurt. I was embarrassed too because I felt like it's one thing for us to go through things like in private, but for him to like admit that on TV, like it was like I don't know, like it was somewhat of a joke. It was kind of hurtful, even though like that show it was taped like months ago. Like even though we're growing, we're learning to get over things and forgive. I don't know, it just kind of like opened up the wound again, kind of. Because it was just like, wow, at least 10, I already knew you cheated, but I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, to that magnitude. So it was definitely hurtful.
Sorry.
When you think about the fact that you did put your life on hold for this man, Did you expect that this would be your reality, knowing that, okay, maybe one woman I can forget and maybe forgive that. Was it the cheating, Monique, or was it the amount of women that he cheated on you with?
I think it was the amount of women, because I already forgave him for, the one instance when he first got out,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in denial about him just getting out, us being in a long distance relationship. I already knew it was a possibility of him being unfaithful, but it was just like for you to just keep, not one time, but with multiple women several times, it's just kind of like, dang, like you
I
could
feel
have.
bad. I'm
You
sorry.
could have handled that better. If you
Okay.
didn't want to be in a relationship, if you just wanted us to put it on pause for a minute, like, communication is everything. And I felt like we had a good, I felt like we had good communication.
Derek, when was the last time you cheated on Monique?
It's been a minute. So I got my sobriety stripes and my faithful stripes.
What's the minute, Derek? The people want to know.
Yeah, March 4th. So we thinking probably like a month and a half, like a month. He don't want to believe it. The show was pre-recorded, by the way.
No, so the last time you cheated on Monique was a month ago?
Yeah, like a month ago, a month and a half, somewhere around there. I ain't counting the days like they.
No, I know. Why did you step out with another woman a month ago?
Like it was because like I got tempted. It was tempted. It was temptation. Then like she said, the long distance. Like I was just using it. I was trying to like I was. It was like I was making excuses for it. Like, oh, you ain't here. You ain't doing this for me. And I was just finding that that I was just needed that sex. Like I just like that. It was like sex. It was just simple sex. It wasn't no emotional connection. It was just sex. Just using them for sex.
Was this woman a fan of the show?
No, not that I know of.
How did you meet her?
Through a friend.
One of your homeboys?
I ain't gonna do that, but through a friend. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna.
You ain't gonna snitch.
Yeah, I ain't doing all that.
Okay.
But
So, okay. Thank you for your honesty. So, Monique, listen, I understand a little bit more because in one of the episodes, your friend came to the restaurant, right? When you first got out. And like most friends, they're like, yo, my man's out. Like, what we doing? Casino, we're going to the club, the strip club. I now understand why Monique was very cautious of this friend. Not saying that guy was the friend, right? I'm not alleging that.
We ain't gonna do that.
We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that, right? Unless you want to, Monique. But we ain't gonna do that, Derek. I now understand why Monique was very cautious of some of your friends, because for your friend to hook you up with a girl, knowing that you're with Monique, it is disrespectful, right?
It ain't really like so much of a hookup, like a setup type thing. It's more so like females around, and how one thing lead to another. That's all.
How many females was around you and this friend?
I don't really remember though. I put that's over with. That's old. It's over. I don't really want to talk about it because that's just like he said, just open up old wound. We got past it already. She's still forgiving me, and I'm still making up for that.
Monique, is that something that you are still dealing with right now? What happened a month ago?
I would say yes, I'm still thinking about it, but we're still working towards forgiveness. We're still on the journey to forgiveness. Like, I want to try him. That's why I'm kind of like backing off. Like, we don't share locations anymore. Like, when I'm not around him, I don't call him like 50 times a day anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'll give you the ropes to hang yourself because he already know the next time is the last time. So So
I
it's
don't
just
want
like,
that. I don't want that because we good for each other. You know, I gotta be better as a man, being faithful and committed. You know, it's something she teaching me, and we learning together. And
Yeah,
how it
but
is.
what's unfortunate, Derek? Like I do see the sadness on Monique's face
Yeah, I
because
hear it. I hear their voice, and I'm sorry. Like even like you getting this right here, like this something we still dealing with. Like we might
right.
have to go to counseling. Our support system or not, they looking for that moment to be like, oh, I told you so. You know, like he bad for me, I'm bad for her, or my sister might see something and be like, oh, that's why you shouldn't be with her. It's something what we might need counselor therapy for, like because we went from a prison relationship now we in real life, and it's a lot of temptation that I'm dealing with, and it's a lot of things that she's dealing with, and now on top of that, we on TV showing making our first memories together for the world to see. So like I tell her I'm sorry, like I'm sorry. I'm trying to make up every day for her because I know I won't want her cheating on me. It's fucked up, and I fucked up. Not just once, not just twice. I fucked up, and that's unfortunate because she's a good woman. She was there for me, and I love her. And that's not always. Yeah, I can say words, but I didn't show her my love too, and she said that too. I didn't show her my love, and I hate to hear that in her voice because I heard it in her voice. Like I just like damn, and you got it first.
Do you guys now live in the same state and y'all live in the same house?
no, not right now. But I see him a lot. Like we spend like weeks together at a time. So
It went from like every other week now. We basically we might as well. That's what we're working on next. That's our next plan. Getting a house, going to house shopping and car shopping, so she can make that move. Because now is the time. Like things going good. We got a solid foundation. I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating. So it's looking good for. She's not like she said. She ain't got the location going on, and we rebuilding the trust that was once there because we most definitely trusted each other at one time at an all time high. And I want that because when that was like that, it was nothing but smiles. There's nothing but happiness.
So let me give you some advice, Derek.
I'm
Thank you.
listening.
Thank you for being honest. Okay. I really appreciate that because most men lie. So I appreciate you being honest about what happened a month ago. So I'll say this to you. Look, it's a reason why a lot of men who are on reality television, when they're married, engaged, or in a relationship. Unfortunately, there's a sector of women who reach out to men on TV, knowing doggone well they're in a relationship. You and Monique right now are the breakout stars of this show. You are a very handsome guy, right? And there's going to be tons of women who are going to want you. Okay. My advice to you is this. I understand that the moment you got out, it was sort of like free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last, right? And you want to enjoy yourself. You want to hang out. You know what I'm saying, Derek? You want to make up a lost time, right? Right, we're here.
A little bit.
Well, you want to have fun, right? So I'm
Most
telling you, I
definitely.
get that. I'm trying to let you know I get it. I understand it. I am telling you what's going to continue happening because I've seen it happen. I've been producing this genre for over 15 years, and it's not going to stop. It's going to get worse in terms of the women
And look,
being.
and
Go
now,
ahead.
and now you want to go all the way real, and it's
Go
been
ahead.
some women who had a lot of following that I showed her that I curved. I said no, right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
he showed me his DM.
So it's
So I'm not
give me
lying,
that's
right?
you know what I'm saying. But look,
Mm-hmm.
but give
Right.
me some credit too. I done said a lot of no's too. You know, no, like block. So that's how the trust is rebuilding because she expected me to like go for that. You see what I'm saying? That's why I
Mm-hmm.
ain't go for it. So that's why we get in that better space. Like, okay, I showed this like after many of me saying like they had hit, say we'll say the fourth, they had hit. February 4th, February 14th, February 21st, March 2nd, and I ain't responding. And they, you know, they still going. I was like, yeah, I ain't say nothing.
Okay, look, I I get that, but I'm
And
just
they get a little
saying.
bit of credit. I'm doing better.
Oh
I'm
no, no,
doing
no!
better.
You're doing better. No, no, I'm the one trying to help you. I get that you're doing better. I'm just saying to you, it's nice that you're showing her DMs. However, you're not physically with her every day. So you may be at the corner store and a 5'5" slim thick chick may walk up to you, right? So what I'm saying to you is this. If you are tempted again, my hope for you is that you have enough respect for Monique to bow
And
out of the
restraint as a man.
relationship, to just say, I am trying to be faithful. It's not working out. Instead of me lying to you, hiding things, and hurting you, I would rather leave you knowing that I can't be the man you want me to be today. That's all I'm saying. Because I know
Respectful.
that it's difficult for you. And I'm warning you, it's going to become more difficult. But to see that Monique obviously is still dealing with something that happened over 30 days ago, I'm just saying to you, Derek, you need to be able not just to keep your dick in your pants, but you need to be able to just respect her enough and respect yourself enough to say,
Right.
let me leave the situation because I can't be responsible for your pain. Okay?
Makes sense. A whole lot of sense.
Okay. And Monique, I wouldn't want him to hang out with that guy anymore. Just saying.
Man, stop it. we ain't kicking that night. We ain't even go to the casino.
No, not the guy on the show. I'm talking about
from 30 days ago.
From 30 days ago. Because Derek, you are the company you keep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you right.
I'm your older brother, Derek. So I'm helping you. Okay.
My sister be mad.
I know. So speaking of
She'll
that, let's get to your sisters. Okay.
Oh man.
So I call your sisters Marlo and Glorilla. Okay.
They ain't gonna be mad at you. You call them that.
No, I love them. I love your sisters. Your sisters are great television. They love you. I said to them, I do not like the way they talk to Monique. And I told your sisters, enough is enough. I don't want to hear any more jokes about Monique's weight. It's not funny. No, we're not doing that. We're not going to sit up here and make jokes about that. That ain't cool. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. I'm telling you, Derek, tell your sisters, listen, if y'all want to argue about other stuff, cool. You leave Monique and her weight alone. And I mean
been there, done that. We've been there, done that.
Okay.
Now, draw that line. You see who I'm with?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. I wanted them to hear it again. Leave Monique and her weight alone. If y'all want to argue about other stuff, fine.
Period.
Leave her alone.
They done found some other stuff to argue about. It's lies.
So what's going on right now? Because
on top of lies, don't tell them that because they're gonna find anything to talk about.
Well, I want them to talk about the truth. So what? One of your sisters, and I want to be respectful when I say this, and tell me if I'm wrong. People are saying that one of your sisters is a trans female. Is that true?
Yes.
That is true. Okay. And what's her name? Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Elizabeth is your oldest sister?
Right.
Okay. And your younger sister, what's her name?
Aubriana.
Yeah. Okay. What is the issues that your sisters have with Monique? Because in my opinion, if my brother got locked up and he found this friend, courtesy of the program, right? And she clearly loves my brother. She's there to pick up my brother. She's taking care of my brother. I wouldn't have an issue with Monique. Why do your sisters have an issue with Monique?
I think the issue started back when I was talking to Monique, and I was telling Monique like my life, where I was at in my past, how my relationship with my family, when we was getting to know each other. So, and I told him like, this was going on. My family, this is how my family is, the dynamics of my family. And I was basically confiding in Monique about my sisters, my brothers, my father, my mother, rest in peace, things like that. So Monique kind of feel like, okay, your sisters has been like that in your life, and she noticed, and that's where it kind of began. Let alone where one time my sister did, I'm gonna give her some credit. She sent me some money to Monique, and Monique, tell her what you did. Tell her what you did.
So Derek was like, his brother was gonna send me some money. So I said, okay, cool. So I get this cash app from this woman who I thought, and her titties was all out. So I'm like, who is this? So I put the
hey, nobody know this but you.
right. So
Come
I'm
on,
like,
exclusive. Go ahead.
Exclusive. I ain't gonna lie.
So he was like, his brother was gonna send me some money or whatever. So I get the cash app. It's a picture of this lady with her titties out. So I'm like, who is this, Derek? Derek was like, man, my brother sent me some money, whatever. So I was just like, so now I'm in Google searching, like, who is this? So the first thing that popped up was her, escort websites. So
you saying, come on, you saying that messy? You should have said just sites. Just sites.
Allegedly.
This ain't sites. This ain't sites. This ain't sites.
So now I'm thinking things, because I'm like, what's going on here? So I said, Derek, what is this?
In the beginning of our relationship.
This was in the beginning of the relationship. So I'm like, Derek, like, what's going on? Like, what is this? So
I had to break it down.
So he was like, I'm like, I thought you said your brother was send me some money. He was like, oh, the same thing. It's the same thing or whatever. So I would just say, okay. So he was like, that's my, sister or whatever. So he explained the whole situation. So I was just like, oh, okay, because I was in a panic because I didn't know like what was going on. So, I mean,
Sis did send me some money. So
that was it since then, and it was like I had a private text conversation with Elizabeth before, and she knew I was, his girlfriend. She just didn't know like what I looked like. So it was a time like when he was transferring from one prison to another. He was communicating. Oh, have you heard from Derek or whatever? And they were like, no. So it was mutual. It didn't. I would say the issue started like basically outside the day in the parking lot. Like I didn't know it was gonna be no beef and no animosity. Like initially they were okay with meeting Derek after he got released, like later on that day. So it was like I felt like they did that whole bullshit on camera with WeTV because they wanted some camera time. Like they just wanted to have an issue because they were okay with Derek, we'll see you a couple hours later. Like you really wanted to, like you didn't see him most of his time.
And so this what I told Monique. I said what they was doing is being real antagonistic. They wanted to highlight all Monique's bad qualities so I can see it. You understand what I'm saying? And be like, I told you so. That's not, you shouldn't be with her because it's really not physically your preference, Derek, but she ain't mentally there either. So you see what I'm saying? Like my sisters are really good at this, like poking and probing, being antagonistic, trying to like, oh, Derek, you really didn't know she was like that. She really crazy. And they was just kept poking and just being antagonistic. And it was like, and I'm like, no, she really a good person. She good to me and she loved me. Y'all just on some bullshit. And I broke it down to Monique's like, that's why they was doing it. I'm like, yeah, they trying to basically test you and see if you really good for me. But it don't really, you gotta really understand it because that's my sisters. I know my sisters.
Now, I'm still gagging because I'm sorry, Derek. I think I heard everything you said, but I'm still stuck on this alleged allegation that so is your sister Elizabeth an escort or was she an escort?
Still is.
I don't know.
Is.
I don't know. I don't know. Why you going like that? Why you going like that?
Because I'm tired of talking crazy on the internet.
Well, look, there's nothing wrong. Listen, allegedly.
But I speak the truth. I speak facts. It's one thing to be telling the truth. Elizabeth says nothing but lies.
Okay. So listen, there is nothing wrong with being a sex worker. I have a documentary coming out on.
I thought it was concierge services.
Okay, so concierge service. We can call. I'm just saying that, and this is me. I have a documentary coming out in June, that deals with this subject matter. So this is not anything shade. I just want the world to know that, and y'all to know that. I just didn't know. So when you said, I was like, wait, what's going on here? So okay, and obviously, Elizabeth, we love you, and
Who?
Monique hates the little blog site. It say Love After Lockups.
And then he said we love her, and I was like, who?
Oh, who's we? Well, besides Monique, honey, I do, and so does Derek, and so does Aubriana, and the audience. No, look. So the sisters are good television. I
let it be known. I do not want those. I don't want my sisters fighting Monique's sisters. I don't want my sisters fighting Monique. I don't want Monique's fighting my sisters. Let that be known. I try to stop it at every chance I get, every turn. I try to stop that. I don't want no drama, no smoke.
Is there something happening this season where it's Monique's sisters and your sisters getting into it?
You will see. Yes, keep tuning in.
Monique, who wins?
I think you'll see in the next couple episodes what actually go down.
Okay.
And you will see. I try to stay out of it. Leave it alone.
I love y'all so much. I also love your sisters, to Monique, because they got your back. Do your sisters still like Derek?
My sisters, they like Derek, but they don't like him for me. Like the difference between my sisters and Derek's sisters, my sisters, they'll give their advice and opinion on things, but they know I'm going to do whatever I want to do at the end of the day. And they don't get into my business. They're not attacking him. They're not being disrespectful to him. You know what I mean? And they don't pry into my business. Unlike his family, they don't know how to stay out of our business. Like, we grown adults. I'm 34, he's 30. Like, let us do us.
Does it hurt you though? Because one thing we do see, you're very close with your sisters, and I have three sisters that I'm very close to, and it would break my heart if my sisters didn't like my partner. Does it break your heart that your sisters don't like the man that you love?
I mean, like I said, they could be in the same room together. Like, they get along, they laugh, they joke. You know what I'm saying? But do they feel like I should marry him? No.
I'm gonna make them believers though.
But it's not hurtful because it's like my sisters, they had significant others that weren't good for them, and it's like, if that's what you want to do, like, that's you. I can only, be a listening ear whenever you need me to be there for you. And that's just that. People need to let people make their own decisions and go through their own experiences. And sometimes people wake up later than others. You know what I mean? Like, maybe only I know when I had enough, Can't.
But I'm gonna turn them around. I'm gonna make them believe. I'll make everything. I'll make everything right. I'll make things right.
Well, Derek, before you can do that, you need to make sure your sisters are believers in the relationship, because you got your own problems with your siblings.
No. This is how we handle it. If you're not for me and Monique, you're not for us. Then
ask them when the last time they seen or talked to him.
Yeah, we're gonna just put that up in the back.
So when was the last time you seen or spoke to your sisters, Derek?
I don't know. I don't remember.
They have a non-existent relationship.
Because this is who I'm with. This is who I'm with. This is who I'm with. This is who I love to be kissed. It just happened like that. You can't disrespect Monique. That's disrespecting me too. I know I'm the bad guy. I know I gotta get right with Monique. Well, keeping my, self together. Yeah. But you can't be disrespecting Monique, and that's disrespecting me. That's go for anybody, family, friends, whoever. I ain't going.
Well, your homeboy who was hooking up with that girl disrespected Monique, so stop being friends with him, Derek, okay?
Respectfully.
If
Thank
I know
you.
who this friend is, trust me, he won't be talking to him no more.
Oh. I believe you,
Oh,
Moneybag Monique. So wait, Monique, Derek doesn't talk to his sisters. Do you? Because,
No.
and how do you feel about that?
I think it's great because when Derek did his time in prison, they didn't care nothing about who he was talking to, who he was dealing with. They didn't care. Hold on, they didn't care nothing about when he was gonna get his next meal or anything like that. They didn't care about nothing pertaining to Derek. But he get out, has a woman on TV. Now they want to be involved. Now you want to, act like it's really love, and like now you want to act like you really care about what he got going on. Where was his energy when he was locked up? So that's why I don't respect his sisters or them trying to have an opinion about me and our relationship, because where were you for 9 years? But okay.
They was in and out, but Monique was consistent every day. So get it? They was, here and there. Monique was every day. So,
So what's next for the two of you? Monique, do you want to marry Derek?
I want to marry him when I feel like he's ready. There's nothing that we are pressuring each other about. Like,
I gotta do better. I want to marry Monique. Monique is the one. Like, it's like something that I know and I see, like, every time I heard her, it hurt me. And then she's still forgiving me for something I can't say I'll forgive her for. That's love.
What has she done that you don't forgive her for?
No, I have done. Make this clear. I have done things that if she would have done to me,
okay,
I wouldn't have been so forgiving. She got unconditional love, and that's one of the things that I want in my significant other. Monique got that. That's just amazing. That's beautiful. And I'm working on that. I got to get better at that. That's why I got to treat her better and do her better. And I'm gonna do that.
Do you want to have kids with him, Monique? We saw that there was a pregnancy scare. You're not. Wait, are you pregnant?
No, I'm not pregnant.
Okay. We saw that there was a pregnancy scare, and Derek, you didn't look too happy that she may be pregnant. You went to the CVS, and then Derek, you bought her a CVS endorsed pregnancy test.
Hold up. Because Monique, we talked about when we was gonna have our kids when we was locked up. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we was moving a little fast. That's all. It was a shocker. We was moving a little fast. But things happen, reality hit. We was having a lot of fun, whole lot of, love, and a lot of sex. So it kind of shocked me. I was shocked, like, I wasn't expecting it. Like, yeah.
So what's
next? In the club 3-4 times a day.
You say he does what, Monique? Say that one more time, Monique.
I said, but he's shooting the club 3-4 times a day. So it's like, what do you expect?
So, Monique, are you still having unprotected sex with Derek?
We are.
Okay.
Why wouldn't we? For my advice for my brother, my older brother. What's the advice about that?
Well, my advice is to keep your penis in the household, Derek. My advice is to stay faithful to this beautiful Black woman who has dedicated her later years in life to make sure that she found her happily ever after. She is in love with you. She chose you, right? You chose her, yes, but you got to stop choosing other things to distract you. And you have to stop hanging out with people who's preventing you from being the man that you want to be. I know you're 30 years old, Derek. I
was almost going a decade, so I know.
Exactly. So I get it. I just want to know that it's going to stop. And like I said, if you still have the urge, my hope will be that you either say, Monique, I need to leave because I got to do this. And look, Monique, are you open to having an open relationship if he wants to sleep with other women but come back home to you?
No.
She ain't going.
Only,
yeah.
only if I could do the same.
No, I ain't going. Shut up. I ain't going. Like,
Okay.
no, what's going on? But I'm gonna do better. Like this right here been helpful though. This right here been helpful because been like holding a mirror to my actions. Like, damn, I fucked up. I shouldn't be doing that. This is most definitely helpful right here. I'm gonna step in the name of love. I'm gonna step right.
And step in the name of a glove, meaning a condom, the next time.
Why? With her?
No,
Obviously not with me.
not with money
I ain't
back,
doing
Monique.
that though.
I said, stop in the name of a glove, meaning wrap it up.
I thought you said step. I'm like, what?
Stop. I'm just saying, stop.
Okay, stop. I got you.
Stop. Stop. It's not fair to Monique, okay? And it's not fair to you. I want you to grow up to be a great man and to show your former inmates that they have something to look forward to upon their release, okay?
Gotcha.
All right.
Be an example. Right.
Be an example, okay?
But listen, I'm being real myself too. Temptation, it showed. I know I got tempted and it's real. That's real. So for all those out there, it's real. Be better than me. Be stronger than me. You know, it happened to me and I learned from it and it's over with.
Okay. Well, look, I have to say this. I'm like low-key fanning out, and I don't fan out for people, but there's something, I don't know, there's something magnetic about the two of you that me and the audience are like super obsessed with. Like we're obsessed with this relationship, and we do want to see Monique happy. And I know we have more to witness on this season of Life After Lockup. So before I let you go, talk to the audience about what they can expect from this season and how they can support the two of you.
Well, what's next on the season is you'll see, family drama. Me working on my weight loss surgery in the next couple months.
We can't talk too much about it's still it's still on TV, so things like that. We're gonna see a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be some most definitely
some more viral moments.
Yeah. Some more some memories, some good times, some fun, and a lot of first things, we do together is gonna be again on there. So we're gonna get the people they want to see. It's gonna be a first time. It's gonna like the first dinner date. Oh man, y'all just gotta watch. It's so funny. It is gonna be funny.
I can't wait. Now, where can they follow you guys? Because you guys are on Instagram and social media, so let them know where they can follow y'all too.
My Instagram is Miss Neek, and my TikTok is LoveNeek219. Derek.
So my Instagram is @_live_life_true_. And my TikTok is Derek on TikTok.
All right. Well, look, thank y'all so much. See, that wasn't bad, was it?
No,
that was good. See, that was good. That was good.
It was fun.
Yeah, we good. We good. We great. We love each other. We gonna stay together. We gonna make it work. Yes. Look,
you better, Derek.
Positive energy.
Yes.
Everything positive energy, good vibes. That's what we doing.
Yes, and I'm gonna pray for y'all. My Libra brother, I'm definitely gonna pray for you. So I'm gonna make sure that you two are right, and I am going to continue to recap every episode of Life After Lockup, courtesy of Monique and Derek. And I thank y'all for coming on Reality of the King podcast. And listen, who knows? Maybe I'll see y'all again in person, and we get to do this again.
Did you recap yesterday's show already?
No, because I'm talking to y'all. I was like, I don't need to recap nothing. I'm talking to Monique and Derek in person. So no, I wanted to make sure that I talked to y'all about it, but I'll do it next week.
Okay.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Thanks for having us.